Good evening and welcome to Patriots Stadium for the first round of the North 1 Group 4 state playoffs between the Wayne Hills Patriots and the Roxbury Gales. We're about 9 days late, but we've finally made it here for the opening round of the state playoffs here at Wayne Hills High School. I'm John Vittas alongside Dylan Orenking. A lot of controversy over the last week plus here at Wayne Hills. A couple players ruled ineligible. They fought it, they've won the appeal, and here we are ready for the first round with the matchup we anticipated. Wayne Hills against Roxbury, the 1 seed against the 8. Thanks, guys. Some really good analysis up there by you. We are finally just minutes away from the North 1 Group 4 state playoffs. Teams heading back down from the locker room right now. I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty cold down here. This is by far the coldest weather we've had for any game this season. I'm not sure if you can see it on your screen, but there is a little bit of sleet coming down right now. We're in the low 40s. It's blustery. That's going to be a factor at some point today. I don't know if Wayne Hills takes the ball out of Brendan DeVera's hands a little bit just because the passing game, the deep passing game, might be a little bit harder to come by on a day like this. But we'll have to see. This is football weather, and we're just minutes away from kickoff. Okay, guys, appreciate it. It is cold down here, and if you guys can't tell by the play selection and that fumble, it's going to be a major factor throughout this game. The wind is coming down hard, and what you guys said about the hard football is a big factor. Brendan DeVera did not get a good grip on that throw. He had Hayek wide open here in the flat and just couldn't get it to him. Thank you, Frankie. Appreciate it. Joined here with Dylan Orenking. 1 quarter in the books. Patriots up a couple of touchdowns. Dylan, before the game, we talked about defending the triple option of Roxbury, and so far the Patriots have done a great job completely snuffing that out. What's been the key for them?
Well, the key for them right now is by using an unpredictable defense. Right now, they've actually been running a 4-3 with a blitzing linebacker, instantly creating a 5-2, but they could blitz from either side with a different linebacker every single time. And with that unpredictability, the running game almost gets shut down.
And that blitzing linebacker kind of disrupts the flow of the triple option, right? It kind of slows them down a little bit, forces them to try and get lateral.
Absolutely. At this point, their only choice for using a blitzing linebacker is to predict which side is going to blitz and then looking for an opening, which they did at one point with a very good screen pass, but even then, they still get shut down.
And on the flip side, what's the biggest reason for this Wayne Hills outburst? A couple touchdowns in the first quarter.
Well, the biggest reason for this Wayne Hills offense doing great things is because of Roxbury's defense doing terrible things. They've tried to push down the wide receivers, tried to hold them in their spots, and right now, playing a man defense against these wide receivers isn't working. And it showed with Evidence Njoku getting an early touchdown and then Tyler Hayek getting an early touchdown.
Wayne Hills a huge advantage in the punting game as well. Second quarter coming up right now. Guys, back to you.
John?
Thanks, guys. Joining with Wayne Hills head coach Wayne Demikoff. Coach, how have you been able to slow down their triple option?
Well, our kids are playing discipline right now. I mean, defensively, we're happy. We've got to clean up the penalties on offense.
A little extra energy today with the added motivation of the events of the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, our kids are motivated. It's been a wild ride. It's been a long time, so we're ready to go.
Last but not least, a little more Luca Grave in the second half, trying to run some clock.
Yeah, Luca's been hurt, so we're hoping that that he can get back into the groove of things now and get us started.
Hey guys, this is actually amazing. Wayne Demikoff living up to his word. He said going into the half that they were going to continue to throw the football in the second half, up by 3 touchdowns. The wind has picked up. We're getting gusts like 30 to 40 miles an hour right now in the field, and Brendan is throwing right into the teeth of it. Up by 3 touchdowns. Clearly, Luca Grave is not 100% because they're putting it in the hands of DeVera. Against the book, up by 3 touchdowns. Very interesting. Yeah. Guys, one point I was going to make about Brendan DeVera throwing into the wind, you mentioned the arm strength, and it is outstanding arm strength. The receivers are also making outstanding adjustments on the fly. We saw Hunter Hayek adjust to the wind, Evidence Njoku on that play right there, and another play in the first half, able to backtrack, keep their eye on the football, and get under it, because these are not going to be accurate throws from DeVera as strong as his arm is in this wind. So the receivers have helped him out as well. Yeah, guys, it doesn't look like it's anything back or neck related like you might say. It looks like he is moving, and it looks like it is his left side that they're looking at down there. Maybe a knee perhaps, as the official kind of signals over to us. One other thing on a lighter note though, Bensi Polgar, the kickoff guy who's also an offensive lineman, has to change his cleats between drives, and it's so cold right now that barely feel his fingers. He had to ask for help tying the shoelaces on those cleats. That's how cold it is right now. Temperatures down into the 30s. We got some heavy winds. So that's becoming a major factor. And I know Coach Demikoff likes to throw the ball with DeVera. I know Luca Grave is not 100%, but turning the corner on that touchdown run, he looked awfully spry. So I expect Wayne Hills to continue to run the ball and try and stay healthy for next week up by 4 scores. Hey guys, they're working pretty hard on Mike Saccone here on the sideline. It is his left knee. They've been running him through some testing out the range of motion, comparing it to his healthy right knee. It looks like it was a contact injury because they've added ice to the knee. So I would expect it was kind of a contusion, maybe got hit hard there, as opposed to a non-contact type of ligament thing. So we'll keep an eye on him. I wouldn't expect to see him for the rest of the day with the comfortable lead. He's very important at middle linebacker. They're obviously going to have to replace him on the offensive line too. It looks like they have kind of limited the pain, though. Thank you, guys. Joined here with Dylan Oren King. Wayne Hill's up 27-0 after 3 quarters. First of all, Dylan, Mike Saccone going down is the big story here in the 3rd quarter. What do the Patriots lose with him?
Well, the Patriots lose with him, a great player that's been doing well all season. I got to talk with one of the assistant coaches, and he said that it is an ACL sprain.
MCL sprain.
No, actually, he said ACL,
okay,
which surprised me at first, because at first I heard MCL, but then he said ACL, and he said that there is really no timetable for him to return to this game.
Surprised if we see him for the rest of today. Hopefully they can get him medicated moving forward, and maybe we'll see him in the next round. But as far as this 4th quarter goes, Luca Grave finally getting some carries for the first time in about a month. How has he looked to you?
Well, Luca Grave is coming back from a big injury that stopped him for quite a bit of this season. But right now, he's already got a touchdown. He's been rushing a lot of yards. So you know what? It's just you got to ease him back. He's just coming back. It's the playoffs. Don't take a lot of risks with him, but ease him back into the game.
As far as the starters go, up by 4 scores starting the 4th quarter, is there a certain point in the 4th quarter where you consider pulling the starters?
Well, you know what? I definitely know that if they score again already, then they will probably consider it. And already we've seen at the end of the 3rd quarter that they're already starting to pull starters.
No gloves. How you feeling?
Pretty cold right now. Pretty cold.
Let's throw it up to you guys. Frankie, I know you can't feel your toes. Brandon, are you still alive up there? Well, it's nice to see Roxbury show some fight. I think Wayne Hill's defense is starting to show a little bit of fatigue. They know they have a nice cushion, and Roxbury is a pretty well-oiled triple option threat. They've beaten some playoff teams this year, so this is not a pushover Roxbury team. This is just a Wayne Hill's team that I think was a little more game in the first half, and they did carry that over. But, I mean, Brendan Devera today, throwing the ball deep down the field into the teeth of the wind, and the receivers making the plays they've made all year. I really think that's the story.
Now, John, what do you think Coach Demikoff has his players doing here? Eating the clock or still even trying to put more on the board?
I think you got to eat the clock here. After seeing what happened to Mike Saccone, you may have lost one of your most important defensive players. Anthony filling in nicely right now, but I think you have to run some clock, and your goal right now should be to not let Roxbury touch the ball for the rest of the game. Try and eat up this entire 5 minutes. Give the ball to Luca Grave. See how he's feeling. If he's not 100%, you don't want to get him more hurt in the cold, so give it to Mangeli, but I think you got to run the ball here.
It's time. John?
Thanks, Frankie. Appreciate it. You guys did a great job up there today with an awesome call. Wayne Hill is getting a talking to from their coach, Wayne Demikoff, right now. You got to think there's a ton of emotion over there in that huddle just because of what they've gone through. I mean, they had 3 weeks for this game with all the drama of the players being ruled ineligible, able to fight it, get back in, get on your home field and play a tough team like Roxbury, who they had already seen this year. So that's a team that they are comfortable with, and they had their way with Roxbury today. So this is the kind of game that feels really, really good. Despite how cold it is right now, these players are excited about this victory. We're going to try and grab Brendan Devera if we can for a moment. Here he comes. But this has got to feel good for him and a lot of the players as we welcome him in. Brendan, another big game for you, passing through the air. First of all, in this weather, I mean, it was frigid out here, and you were still able to fight through the wind. What did it take as it's a passing game to overcome that?
All week in practice, Coach Jakes, our offensive coordinator, have been saying, we're going to throw no matter what. Roxbury, they like to stack the box, and their big thing is you can't run on us up the middle. So they play man on the outside, and we just look to get it done with all our talent outside.
So you took advantage of the passing game, and you went to your receivers. The Hayek brothers had been there season. Evidence had a big touchdown catch. With all the things swirling around the last few weeks, how good does this feel for your team, and is this feel a little bit different than a typical win?
Yeah, over these past 2 weeks or so, we just came together as a tight team. This just brought us closer, I think, which is the opposite effect of what everyone was trying to make it, and it just feels awesome to get this win. It was a little long for us. We wanted to play football. We were anxious, and we just wanted to play football, so we got the job done out here.
The Hayeks have been your go-to guys all year. They're your top 2 receivers, incredible talents, both going Division I. What do they mean to this team?
They're awesome. Tyler, Hunter, and even Jaron, they're awesome. They're big fillers. They're on offense, on defense. I can throw the ball. I know they're going to catch it. They're going to be anywhere I want, and they just get the job done. Ever.
So the season goes on for one more week. You got West Morris. What's the game plan going to be like this week? Does that adrenaline kind of settle down, knowing that you're back in? It's a week-by-week grind again?
No, the adrenaline's still pumping. We want the state championship. West Morris is another wing T team. We're gonna practice them. We're gonna game plan for them, and we just got to get the job done for the state championship.
Brendan Navarro, Wayne Hills quarterback. We appreciate the time today. Go get him next week.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Well, that'll be just about it from here at Wayne Hills High School today. Big win for the Patriots, 33-7 victors over 8 seed Roxbury. For everybody on our Wayne Hills TV crew who braved the cold today, we thank you guys up in the booth. Great job as always. We'll see you next week. West Morris, the next opponent for Wayne Hills. It'll be a Saturday afternoon affair, hopefully a little warmer than this, but it's November football. For everybody here on Wayne Hills TV, including all the broadcasting we had today, big crew in the house, I'm John Vittas saying so long. We'll see you Saturday here at Wayne Hills.